Yo, 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 welcome to Crate 808 and another edition of Hip Hop Heads Talking Horror, Triple H, TH. I don't know if that's going to catch up with anyone. I'm trying it. I'm trying to push this. But I do appreciate we could just be called, as Alaska pointed out, the Gangster Nip Appreciation Society. And he's right, because the godfather of horrorcore and hip hop is astounding. So thank you, Alaska, for bringing him back in my life and for giving us a more feasible name. And there is Alaska Adams, Call Out Culture, Myke C-Town from Dead End Hip Hop, and we should have a Thomas Hobbs on from Exit the 36 Chambers on in a bit as well. And we're here to talk our favourite horrors of 2022 so far, about halfway through the year. But guys, how are we doing? How are we feeling about horror this year? How are we all doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I mean, I wish there was more. I feel like I could always use more horror. You know, like I'm a guy with like a Shudder subscription, and I'm gonna get the Scream box or whatever it is, Bloody Disgusting one. Once Terrifier 2 drops on it, I'm definitely grabbing that.
Yeah.
So you know, I pretty much watch a horror movie every night.
Is Terrifier 2 already on your end of year list? Like, I
haven't even seen it yet, but it's my favorite film of the year.
But I think you love it that much. It could already just have a foot on that list. It's like sort of Terrifier is going to be.
I mean, it's the top spot's being held.
For Halloween Ends or whatever it is, Halloween Kills. That's what it is. That's coming.
Sure, that's the one that's
coming, right? Oh,
yeah. But evil will die tonight.
Evil will die tonight. People have got them t-shirts, by the way. I've seen some of those t-shirts.
Oh my god,
and that's fantastic. Myke, how about you, man? How's it been for you this year so far?
It's been good. It's been good. I actually do owe Alaska a quick apology, because a couple days ago he was like, he basically said the same thing he said just now, and I was like, well, no, man, horror's been really good this year. And when I sat down and actually looked at the shit that I've watched, quite a few of the movies were actually end of last year. So I apologize, Alaska. You were right. But no, I still think it's been a decent year.
Yeah, it's definitely been a decent year.
Yeah. It hasn't been bad, hasn't been amazing, but it's been good.
Yo, quick reminder, if you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll be kept up to date with all that we're doing. And also, man, get involved in the YouTube comments. Man, we love hearing from you fellow hip-hop heads. We love nerding out, so bring those takes and just bring that flavour, man, and we might even shout you out on the show. So yes, appreciate all the support. Now, back to the episode. Yeah,
it's still early.
Yeah, it is.
It's not Halloween yet, where few big ones might drop as well around that time.
Yeah, that's going to be the big dump.
Exactly, and I do think, actually, to be fair, there's already like two mainstays in like probably most rewindable horrors for me. Like, we'll talk about them in a bit. And before we go any further, we're all good to discuss spoilers here, I suppose. So anyone who's listening, if you haven't heard any of these, basically we can talk about the big ones. So basically, if there's spoilers, there's spoilers. There you go. But I kind of loved this year on the low key. I thought it started slow. And then recently I've been like, do you know what? I think the good thing this year, what I always find in horror that I love is when it gives a reasoning behind the horror, or like some kind of that kind of thing. And I think not just who is the horror,
sure,
you kind of like to have that difference. And I just think some of my favorite films nailed at least attempting to do that. They may not have nailed the landing, but they did try to actually put some reason behind it. So I think it's been quite a good year, man. But I don't know if we want to. I'll kick off with Myke. I don't know. We're talking about our favorite horror films this year. We'll just list off a few. We'll talk at what our takes are. What for you has been one of your favorites so far mid-year?
So I'm going to start off with The Sadness.
Oh God!
Which was
what a way to start.
I mean, that was a movie that I seriously, I felt like a fiend when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, this is 100% up my alley. It's zombies and it's fucking brainless gore. That's all I want. And I was hoping that at some point it would drop in the US. And when it did on Shudder, I was like, oh yeah. And dude, I loved every minute of it. I have zero complaints. Like, it was way weirder than I expected. I wasn't expecting like the weird sex element to it. I was just expecting a bunch of like weird, I'm angry zombies killing people, whatever. But when they were fucking in the hallway, when the zombies were fucking in the hallway, I was like, this movie's fucking brilliant. This movie's brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That is
it took me a while to watch it. I was gonna save it to watch with my daughter, and I was like, you know what? Like, it's too late. She lost her chance. And I'm really glad that she lost her chance in that movie. Like, because of the, you know, the whole like sexual element to it. I was like, what is
that was odd. There have been 2 films this year. This is definitely one of them. It's on my list as well already. One of my favorites. But just what the actual fuck meter was off. Like, it was just like I don't even have words at some point for these. It felt like to me at the time of watching it, and I suppose it is still kind of that take for me. I loved it, but it does feel like the director, who is it? Rob Chabaz. Don't know this guy, don't know what else he's done. So amazing impact. Absolutely. I do know he's got a massive, like, he's got an idea on what the culture is going to say, or the culture in inverted commas. He's got that kind of, he knows there's going to be a reaction to it. Obviously he's got the pandemic and the cancel culture, whatever it is going around. But I think this is premium content, right? I was watching it thinking, you know, the horror docs of tomorrow, like when they show like what happened after COVID and how the genre reacted to world disasters and shit. This is going to be one of them. It's like, this is how social norms and, you know, cancel culture made like a guy, spoiler alert, fuck someone's head. It was like, this is so, what is going on? And just saying that sentence out loud was pretty bad. But I kind of like that about horror. Horror commentates better than most genres, I think, on today's world, on your world you live in. And I love the fact that it kind of does that, but it's its own thing as well. Sorry, Alaska, what you're saying?
Oh, I was just, you know, it was great. I wasn't really saying anything crazy about it, just other than I really did enjoy it. It was a new twist on the zombie movie. You know, I mean, outside of the whole, like, just trying to get together, but the level of depravity in it really, like, stepped it up a notch.
Yeah. Yep. But it is, you know, you could easily say someone's gone out there and you've just tried to make, I don't know if you've ever watched a film called, I think it's just called a Serbian film. And it feels like someone's, Mike's like, eyes just went, oh, don't remind me of, but that felt like there's no, like I said, reasoning earlier, or like there's the substance to it maybe. I think in this, it's on the nose, but even when the doctor says to her, and it's like she comes and he says everything must be politicized and stuff like that. And he's basically obviously talking about elevated horror. And like, you know, it's quite obvious what he's talking about, which is like A24, you know, doing that everything has to be political, or, you know, we talked about this bit on the Texas Chainsaw review. But so it has those moments where you're like, you could just do crazy shit, which he does, but he also has that as well, which is quite cool.
No, I think that's an actual really, really brilliant take. Like, because I've had that same discussion in regards to a Serbian film. A lot of my friends have not watched it and won't watch it because they have kids. I'm like, I'm not watching stuff with kids. And I'm like, well, good thing I don't have fucking kids, because this shit's great. But I do think that once you get past just how fucked up and depraved it is, you see that there is a slight message there, even if it's like a poking the bear kind of message. I appreciate it. You know, I don't need everything to be I don't need everything to be coded and have some kind of like fucking Jordan Peele ass message. I don't need that. I like that, but I don't need it for everything. So sometimes I like when a movie is just making fun of that. Just like, oh, we're just going to put a whole bunch of weird, brainless, gory nonsense in a movie, you know? Yeah, that I would like to see what that dude's fucking browser history looks like. Jesus Christ,
absolutely. I'd love to see what he's done, actually. I need to know what he's doing next. I can bet there's a sequel. There's got to be some sort of sequel in place.
Oh, it's got to be coming.
Just to see. One of my favorite scenes of the year was the scene with the baseball bat. They're all in the playground, and the guy is on, and you're like, they're running his nuts into the fucking pole and shit, and
he's loving it.
And he's loving it. And do you know what I was thinking at the time when he went, "Don't stop them. I want them to keep." I thought that's something when I was sitting around my mates and we were watching horror. Someone would have pitched that idea. I think someone had a smoke or a drink that have said, you know, oh, it'd be funny if he is actually enjoying that. And the fact that he went there kind of made me feel a bit more like, yeah, guilty pleasures are fine, right? Like this is kind of fun, but fucking mad as well. Like it's the way the zombies move and I don't know, there's something very unique about them. I'm not sure who did the special effects, but yeah, look great.
It was really a stellar movie.
Yeah. Sweet. So, Alaska, what have you got then, mate? Because I know you've always got
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stay away from the big ones because I feel like there's going to be some that we all talk about. Because, I think it's probably on all of our lists. But one that I really liked, and I just watched it the other night, was Fresh on Hulu.
Yeah.
Mostly I liked it because it was not at all what I was thinking it was going to be based off of the trailer. Like the good element of surprise. It looked like it was just going to be some like weird, like obsessive relationship type thing. Somebody stalking a girl or whatever, like being a real general creep, which it was. But after the movie starts off like a traditional, like romantic movie. They go away on a trip after knowing each other for a couple weeks. And then he drugs her. So you're like, oh, it's going to be some rape shit. It's going to be, some gross, like, basically like gaslighting, mind control shit. She wakes up chained and you find out he's kidnapping these women to sell their meat.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's when they drop the title card right there. I was like, oh my God, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a good, fun movie. You had really good actors in it playing out the roles, which really helped. Something like that could have been done with really schlocky acting and directing, but it was a quality piece of work put together. The fight at the end was fucking brutal.
Yeah,
that was great. They have that point where you think his wife's going to find out and be like, what the fuck's going on? And then she's in on it. And then you find out she's one of the victims later on. It's just like, there's so many different things like throughout the whole thing that just keep the shocks coming. I thought it was a really just great time all around.
Yeah. Really fun. Really, really fun. Myke, what did you think? Did you watch Fresh?
I did. Yeah. I liked Fresh. I didn't think I liked it as much as a lot of folks, because a couple of my friends actually do horror lists as well. And it was on quite a few of their lists. And I really did enjoy it, but I didn't even think about putting it on a best of list. I think I need to go back and rewatch it. Because I think my thing is the type of comedy that was in it didn't really hit with me. Like I like the comedy of, like we were talking about, somebody chops off somebody's head and they're fucking it. That makes me laugh.
Yeah.
But the comedy that was in Fresh, even though it definitely works, it's not really my type of comedy. So I think that might have hurt it a little bit for me. But I still did think it was a really good movie.
Yo. Us here at the Crate 808 podcast have kicked off our Patreon. So if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform where you can go and for a small donation, you can help support us make more hip-hop content for you. Go on to patreon.com/Crate808 and you can check out all the little payment options you've got there. You can check out the 2 new episodes you'll be getting every month, live chats with us guys, just to rap nerd out with you guys. We're going to go into some wide-ranging episodes, delving into the work of the Wu-Tang Clan, MF Doom, and Jay Dilla. So get it locked if you want that new granular look at hip-hop. So go to our payment tiers on Patreon, big up yourselves. If you choose to support us, thank you so much. I will give you a personalised shout out on the show, and we shall catch you in one of these live rooms and let's get this community going. So spread the word. Much love for your time and peace out. Boom. Yeah, I can see that. It is kind of just, I don't know. I'm a bit like Alaska. I didn't know much about it. And I love I can't remember the female actor's name now. But from Normal People.
Sebastian Stan?
Is that?
The woman.
Yeah. Although he was great. He was
he was good.
Yeah. The MCU thing, I couldn't get over. I was like, this is that Russian guy. This is the Winter Soldier. What the?
It's the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. But no, the female actor, she is brilliant. She's in Normal People, which was huge over here. Like my wife watched that like 4 times in a row. It's really good. And she's amazing in it. And I was like, never seen her before. So the fact that she's in a horror, I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a bit more, I'm going to check it out. And yeah, I thought it was really fun. I thought the twist about the meat was great. And it's kind of got it from the title. It's like raw, I was, and Raw's in your head and, that kind of thing. But yeah, no, I thought it was a good pick, man. I enjoyed Fresh. I'm right there with you, mate. It was good.
Cool.
So, right, next one. I'll go for a big one then, and hopefully Thomas will jump on at some point. I'm probably going to go for my favourite film. Is it my favourite film? I watched Top Gun Maverick the other day, and it is really good. It is really good. But
it's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, it's like dogfight football. What the?
Yeah.
Like two balls. I don't know much about American football, but it sounded crazy. But so I'm going to go for Scream 5. And settle in because I've got quite a few things. I just thought maybe I'm coming at this from an angle where it's going to be really biased. So I hope that you two guys can maybe level me out because for some reason Scream has been just slowly become one of my favorite franchises in horror in film, like generally. Mm-hmm. And I keep thinking, is it because I was in the cinema at 15? When I saw that first one, that kind of thing. And at that time, I was just watched Texas Chainsaw for the first time. I just watched The Exorcist Uncut for the first time. So Scream is kind of embedded with that. And Wes is Wes, right? And I just thought after watching all these legacy sequels, as they now called requels, thanks to Scream 5, I was just thinking, isn't that what Wes did before? This is before I watched it. Wes did this with 4, and I love 4. I put 4 above 2 maybe some days. I think I probably do. I love Scream 4 and I know people hate it and I can kind of see why, but I'd still love it. And I thought that's what he'd done already. Like he'd kind of revamped it. He'd kind of introduced new characters. I thought they all did really well. But then I saw this and I was like, oh shit, you can just keep doing that. Like you can just keep, if you've got the right people in charge and the best characters, like some really good, not just rounded, just a bit more rounded. And every one of them I had a bit of time for. Even the girl who's in it for like 5 minutes at the end, spoiler alert, gets shot in the head. I was like, yeah, you were only in it 5 minutes, but I kind of want a bit more like from you when she's sitting down in the party talking to the geek. And I just thought, even though it wasn't like genuinely scary, I've never gone to Scream for scary, I've gone to Scream for other stuff, and it has that element of shock. And I think the whodunit thing, I used to not be a fan, but after Scream, I really like the whodunit aspect of it because it is the nucleus, I suppose, of that franchise, and just more violent, which was good. It's a bit different, and it kind of felt nice to have a love letter to Wes Craven, and kind of subverting all the expectations you would expect. But at the same time, also taking down like elevated horror and A24, and the person who loves it is getting her like ankle broken and leg broken and shit. You're like, this is nice. This is a bit, a bit of a shift now. I hope we're past that, kind of piousness, which I'm sure we all agree. So many new horror heads in my like friendship groups, and they were like, "Oh no, but this is real horror," and it's like, "Fucking hell, mate." I love Hereditary, but you know what I mean. Yeah. But sorry,
it's the real hip hop of
the real hip hop. That's a great way of putting it. But what do you guys think to Scream? Where are you at with the franchise and stuff?
I mean, I'm more than happy to jump in unless you want to jump in first, Mike.
No, you got it.
I fucking loved it. I thought it was great. I enjoyed Scream 4, but I got a spoiler before seeing it.
Oh no!
Which I think kind of ruined it for me. Oh. I mean, I didn't see it until like 10 years after it came out, and I was just watching like one of those like 10 most shocking horror endings or something like that. Like while I was at work, it came on. I was watching some stupid like Star Wars video, and I was nerding out on that shit. But I just thought they really nailed it. Like the best thing that they did is the new characters. Like I don't need any of the old characters anymore. Like I don't care if they don't come back. Dewey dying is cool. Like. The new characters really knocked it out. Like every single new character to me was enjoyable. The violence was kicked up a wild notch on this one. Like, when Deputy Judy's son got killed. Oh, the way that the knife came out the side of his neck was so fucking brutal. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I just thought it was great. I even liked the Billy Loomis, like the element there where it was like, she's kind of seeing him and like she was ape shit. And he's just like looking down on her like, yeah, that's my girl. Just like really killing the shit out of a dude from The Boys.
Mate, Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid's one of my favorite things at the moment. Like, yes, he's in The Boys. I didn't even know he was Dennis Quaid's son. I was like, this is Dennis Quaid's son. What the fuck?
I didn't either.
Yeah, that's Dennis Quaid's son.
And once you see, he looks just like him.
Yeah, but I've liked him in The Boys. I loved him in this. I thought some of the best moments is where it's like, holy shit, it's Ghostface, which was funny, where the way he first says it, it's so over the top. And the bit at the end where he's just like, oh yeah, it's me. I know it sucks. And it's kind of almost like talking to us. That was
great.
Yeah. It's almost like he's talking to us. Like, I know I'm a great character and I'm sorry, but yeah, I am the guy. I'm that guy.
I had a different reaction to that. Because when it wasn't, like, I had a feeling it was him going into the movie.
Yeah, I spotted it.
And when it was him, I was disappointed. I was like, come on, really? And then when he said that, I was like, brilliant. Yeah. It changed my whole perspective on the movie because I was ready to be pissed. Like, this movie sucked. Like, and I loved everything up to then. I was like, oh, this is just lame. And then when he said that, I was like, yeah all right, you got me.
I'm not even being that guy, but I think I've watched it 3 times this year. And I called it in the cinema when they were in the hospital and they gave each other a glance, and she's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? So I already find her suspect. I already have that in my head, that I'm suspect about this girl and she's a good actor. So, and then he's in there and they look at each other and I was like, bang, I bet it's them two. And I wasn't even disappointed at the end. I was just like, yeah, that's interesting. They took it there. I don't know about the whole reasoning behind the horror, about the toxic fandom. I'm not sure if that kind of bleeds into what is in 4. But Mike, what did you think? What did you think to the film, man?
I liked it. I'm a fan of Scream. I don't, like you, I don't go to it for anything other than just a fun watch. And at this point, when I watch Scream movies, I don't even try to figure out who did it, because at this point, it's like, it's anybody. It's fucking anybody in the entire, it's like whatever. So by the time it got to the end, I wasn't really suspecting anyone. Yeah. Honestly, the only person that I thought it could be was, and I forget her name, the main character, the younger girl. Oh yeah, yeah. I can't think of her name right now.
Ortega, General Ortega.
Ortega. Yes, thank
you. She's having a hell of a
night. I was like, it's her. But then I was like, nah, but that motherfucker stomped her leg and shit. I was like, she's not going through all that. But then when it was her at the end, for a second, I was like, that's some bullshit. But then I was like, but it's also Scream, so it's kind of cool that she went through all of this shit. She got stabbed 35 fucking times and got her leg broke just so she can come back at the end and be like, yeah, I did all this shit. so yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was well done. And movies like that are rarely written so well. And I think it was really well written.
Yeah. Big up to that. Is it Matt? Was it Bethlini Oplan and Tyler Gillett? They did Ready or Not. They did Ready or Not, which I know I liked.
Oh, so that makes sense.
I still haven't seen Ready or Not.
Oh man,
it's good.
So much fun.
Yeah, I need to. I can't find it streaming anywhere.
Oh really? It was right. Okay. But either way, if you spot it, you got to watch it, because I think they do. You can tell they love this franchise, because this film, in its own entirety, if you were to step back from it, I think in years we'll even recognize even more the amount of, if you had a checklist of all the enormous kind of positives this gives, Easter eggs, like Courtney Cox's bangs, right? That's a thing in the Scream community and horror community, right? Yeah. And this guy's got fucking frosted tips. And I was like, that's not, they know what they're doing, and I love this. And the whole Randy photo with his sister, and they're at and what is this about Randy? And I love that. Randy is like my spirit animal as a 16-year-old who, I was the geek and I was never going to get the girl, but you kind of like in the vicinity of that group, and you're like, maybe I could one day. He's like, Randy, you're not getting any girl, man. You're like me. We're not going to. It's fine. We're getting killed on the college campus, mate. One of the biggest lets down in horror, that is the Randy murder. Right? I've always been let down by that.
The little throw to Kirby as well in the movie, on the YouTube scene, like the little clip on the side, interview with Kirby.
And she's back,
and they're bringing her back for the next one.
Yeah. They've already released some photos. They're in New York now, which is going to be cool, because it's
that's going to be cool. Yeah.
I even
remember. Wait, who are they bringing back?
Kirby,
Kirby
from 4. I can't. I'm
with the
blanking on her
blonde
name.
hair, and she's at the end,
Yeah,
like
the
going,
homegirl from Heroes,
listing sequels, like or remakes,
Yeah.
like that. And she was amazing.
Oh, that's cool. Save the cheerleader. Yeah,
I
like
like Save
her.
the cheerleader. Yeah.
Oh,
And
cool.
I think it's super cool that they're going to be in New York.
Yeah, it's different, right? And I think, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think I'm giving them all the like credit. Like, just go and do. And if you let down, it's like I thought this would be a letdown, and it wasn't. And I think there were some moments. There were some moments, but the Psycho tribute, I've got that down as another highlight. That the whole shower, but this time it's a guy, and like making fun of horror whilst also giving loads of rich material for like film study seminars. Film study seminars are going to love this. They've been, and then they, and it's like, I think the elevated horror thing, that subtext was great. I think the toxic fandom thing was like, I don't know. I wasn't like, they sold it as actors and characters more than me going, oh yeah, that's definitely still like it is a problem, but it's almost like Scream sometimes looked forward a bit more, and it felt a little bit more this time. I said, looking like toxic fandom's been a thing for a while, but yeah. And do you know what? Anytime Dewey's theme comes on, he was great in this with the text. The best way to incorporate his like morality is just don't have him. I hate slapstick Dewey. I hate, I love the theme, the Broken Arrow. Do you remember Broken Arrow? Christian Slater, John Travolta.
Yeah,
that's the Broken Arrow theme. Is the song from that film is Dewey's theme in Scream, which I always found odd that you've just taken the song from the film to make it his theme. But either way,
it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, it's weird. And like, when he's texting her, I was like, oh, there's the Dewey I kind of love. Not the, I'm stumbling over and, like a bit of a slapstick. It's more like, and you know what, another little note I've got here? Good de-aging. De-aging can be really shit. I thought it was all right. I think they did all right with the Billy. Billy looked all right.
Yeah, I thought they did okay.
Yeah, love that. Well, there we go. Next,
I wish they could have de-aged Courtney Cox a little bit, dude.
I mean, that's some bad work, man.
I know.
Yeah, man.
Also, as bad as her just turning up to the house at the end and just getting shot. It's like, right, there's no Courtney in the house, like trying to fight. No, just shot straight away. And I thought, okay, it's just okay. But
I appreciated that.
Me too.
They love that. Well, Myke, what else have you got then, man? You brought the sadness. What other films have done it for you?
I guess before I go a little bit deeper, I'll just go for another one that I feel like a lot of people were talking about. And that's X. I feel like everyone was kind of being like, oh yeah, X was great. And it was. I think X worked for me because it was the most anti-A24 horror movie that I could have ever imagined. It was not even remotely close to what I was expecting. I thought I was going to be walking into some shit with a whole bunch of like weird undertones and like, oh, there's all this atmosphere and shit. But no, it was just a straight up slasher film.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I that's my probably second. Like that is just, I've watched it twice. It's so good. It's so good. What did you think, Alaska?
I love that. I loved it. I was worried that it was going to be like, they were going to be going all for feel. Like it's going to be, they're going to try to do some like weird Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit. Like they really build it as that too, going into it, like having that same like gritty feel. And to me, it wasn't that, I mean, beyond like the weird house on a farm in the middle of nowhere. That was really it. I mean, the house was disgusting, but I mean, I thought the way they built suspense for like an hour before anything happened.
Yep.
And then he talks it like, to bring it back to Psycho, he talks about Psycho, switch is flicked, and it's on for the next like 45 minutes. Like just wild. It goes crazy. The first kill was nuts.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kills
so
were
good.
epic. Characters are great. It's Ty West, right? So I I think a lot of horror fans, I saw past that A24 elevated horror thing because it was Ty West. And I was like, you could say he was doing elevated horror with his first few films. And that's like 10 years ago, probably more. And you think, I know where I am with him and I know he's a patient guy. And then when it started and I was just in love with it, I was just like, this is the Texas Chainsaw vibes, but it's not Texas Chainsaw. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, it is its own thing. I think that was the beauty, that you could tap into what I loved about Texas and then do this completely different thing. And I kind of loved that for it. And and then obviously we know that it's part of a trilogy, and Pearl's coming later this year, I think.
Yeah.
So excited.
So that's going to be interesting. And he said, I love this line. I always felt like if you're going to make a slasher movie, you have to make a bunch of sequels. I love how knowing that is. Like, oh, I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm going to have to make 3 then. Absolutely. And he said, which touches on another point I was going to make. X is inspired by French New Wave cinema. Pearl is a Technicolor Mary Poppins kind of film. And the third installment will be a more modern approach. He's already thought about this. And I'm like, yeah, like if there is slightly even less good than this, it's still going to be great. So yeah, no, Mia Goth for the win, I think, at the moment. And old naked women, which A24 love, or naked people mainly.
This is true.
They do love that.
Jenny Ortega again.
Yes.
She was great.
Yeah.
She was great.
So good.
Yeah. The actors were great. Diet Matthew McConaughey was brilliant. I was like, this is like Matthew McConaughey light. And I kind of like McConaughey. And I thought it was great. But just fantastic. I think there's it's a really fascinating film. I don't know how many times you guys have watched it, but on the second watch, it becomes more beguiling, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of themes in there that you don't spot the first time round.
I've only seen it the once.
Yeah, me too. I've been meaning to watch it again because it is up on streaming now.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll do that after my other meetings for today. But yeah, Ty West, I've liked him since he did House of the Devil, which I really, really, really liked. But for some reason, I was walking into this and I was just expecting a whole bunch of, because I think I was still scarred from seeing fucking Lamb.
Oh my!
I was like, man, they're about to serve up some more bullshit. But nah, man, they fucking nailed it. But I'm definitely gonna watch it again.
It's this whole A24 Blumhouse thing in the last 10 years, or probably more now, years. It's become a real thing of what kind of horror fan. I like all of them and stuff like that, but you can see their horror's a bit more defined now. And although A24, I am a fan, we might talk about Men later, but there is some real issues I have that are really good, but also really come on, that becomes such a pastiche cliche. And by the end of that, I literally laughed out loud in the cinema. Yeah, the first hour was some of the best cinema this year. It was fucking incredible. And I was like, what is going on here? But no, I thought Ty West, going back to it, I talked about French New Wave. I love how it's so knowing and yet so funny. Like when he says, he references French avant-garde and they kind of rip it. And then he goes and does French avant-garde, with the editing, the split screens, the alligator scene, all that, and the needle drops are sick. I enjoyed the needle drops in it, and I just thought the foreshadowing of the second time round. I got this, the first bit where she's like, "I'm going to be a star." It's about the American dream and shit. It's great. It's like, I'm going to be the best thing ever. And they walk out to get to the car, the van. The image is a big painting mural on their strip club on Bayou Burlesque, and it's a woman being chased by an alligator, a blonde woman who's having her clothes ripped off and eaten by an alligator. And I was that's literally the foreshadowing is so blatant, but kind of fun. So it's A24 but fun. It's this is we actually get a bit of that. Saying that though, I think the American Dream thing was great. So on the nose, and as a non-American, you guys, I don't know what your prism is into this, but I'm fascinated by how that's kind of permeated into pop culture. And Texas has it in there, and then this has it on the nose, where she's like, "What's your American dream?" And she's just like, "I just want to lie around and just in the sun, just floating in." And he's like, "That's really your American dream?" It's like, do you know what? That probably is most people's American dream. Just chill.
Solid.
Yeah,
solid.
Exactly.
Just chill.
So absolutely. People go out there, watch X. You're going to get messaging and entertainment balance right, I think, suppose. And all that good stuff. Who we got next? Oh, mate, we haven't even talked about Mia Goth. Can we talk quickly about Mia Goth? I think she might be the best thing, in horror. Everyone's talking about Jenna Ortega, but Mia Goth is the word captivating on screen. I can't look away from her. She's amazing. Just had to give her big props.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else she's been in though.
What is that other one?
I feel like that was the first time I've seen her.
No, she is in a few. Is it Neon Demon or something like that? Like there is.
She wasn't Neon Demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neon Cure for Wellness.
Yes.
Suspiria. Okay.
Oh, Suspiria, mate. That remake was. I love that remake, man. The Suspiria remake. Oh no, Mike's not on board.
Yeah, I haven't seen it because I just sort of heard mixed reviews and
I loved it.
I'll get to it at some point.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
A lot of people love it, but I
actually like Samara Weaving. Honestly, like to me, like she's the best thing in horror.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do like hardcore horror. I mean, she's in Ready or Not, which I haven't seen, but The Babysitter 1 and 2 I think are super fun movies. Yeah. Stupid but fun. She's in one called Mayhem.
Not watched that.
It's fucking dope. It's basically like it's similar to like an infection movie. Like it's somebody has something in their blood that turns everybody violent.
Right.
And it's in like a corporate structure. Yes. So it's basically through a building and it's like her and
it's Glenn from Walking Dead, right?
Yeah. It's dope. It's really dope. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Babysitter's a great shout. You know what? Really fun again. Just like
Jenny Ortega again.
And
she's in part 2. Yeah.
Fuck. Yes.
I haven't heard of those movies. The
they're fun. They're on Netflix.
Yeah. They're Netflix.
Yeah. They're really like, you know, you're not going into it for high-minded art. You're going in for like stylized violence.
Yes. 100%.
And like fun.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's that.
Yeah. If you want mindless fun, go check it out.
Yeah.
But they're really good.
Yeah. Love
and
that.
The kills are pretty solid in all of them.
Yeah. Damn. No, definitely.
Yeah. Really good kills in all of them.
Yeah. Love that. Well, let's go to the next one then. Alaska. What's your next? What film would you like to talk about?
I'm going to go with Black Phone. Since we've all just discussed how we've seen it.
Okay.
I have mixed feelings on it because I don't think it's a horror movie.
What do you think? What you saying is?
I think it's more thriller. It's like it's a mystery wrapped up, like marketed like a horror movie. But it's a horror movie the way that Silence of the Lambs is a horror movie. Yes. I don't think Silence of the Lambs is a horror movie either.
Yeah,
but it's good. Nobody's like saying Silence of the Lambs sucks. But I think this is similar. Like I think it's probably one of those movies that like I'm not going to go out of my way to see it again, but if it was on, I wouldn't turn it off or walk away from it.
I think
I thought Ethan Hawke was great. I thought the kids were really good in it. I think dude from Lost, I can't remember his name. The guy that played the father.
I know his name. Jeremy.
I knew him from somewhere.
What, the dad of the kid, the main kid?
Yeah.
The drunkard, Jeremy Davies.
Jeremy Davies. He's always great.
Mate, I had him down really hammy. I thought he was really hammy. I thought he was hamming this up the first few scenes. That was just me. But I was like, I think this guy is chewing some. But then I realized he's the coward from Saving Private Ryan, and maybe I just hate him from that. Yeah. Maybe it's just. Yeah. Maybe I just hate you generally now. I don't know. You scarred me as a teenager. But yeah, maybe.
I forgot he was in Saving Private Ryan. I always just remember him as Faraday from Lost.
I didn't watch Lost though, so I wasn't a Lost fan. I know.
No, that's fair. A lot of people weren't Lost fans.
Yeah.
So you're not alone.
Yeah, it went 24 Sopranos. That was me. 24 Sopranos, then I was in.
I feel that.
Yeah, that's where I was at. But do you know what, Black Phone? I only watched it today. I thought I had made a few quick notes whilst I was watching it. The opening credits were so peak Blumhouse. It was like it was 7. It was great. I thought, okay, this is what we're doing now. And then I looked at whilst the credits were on, I had to quickly look who this guy was. And so he did Sinister, which I really like. I really like Sinister.
Okay.
And he also did Exorcism of Emily Rose, which I also really like. So, okay.
I haven't seen that one. I need to check that one out.
Oh, it's good.
It's always one of the ones I want to check out, but like I have to be in the right environment to watch it, like an exorcism film, and I'm up in the country right now, so I'm not going to be watching that.
Which is fair.
Yeah, it's like those in like home broken entry horrors. I'm like, I'm not watching those ones.
No strangers. Nothing like that.
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was with you on Ethan Hawke as well. I'm a big Ethan Hawke stan, as we talked about earlier. I thought Ziggy from The Wire making an appearance.
He was great too.
Still being a moron. You're still a moron. This is great. And I actually think it is like Prisoners. It is a bit like, that's Denis Villeneuve, I think. Yeah, and I think like that kind of thriller, I'm with you. It is like that. it almost has as much violence as Prisoners as well. So it is probably a thriller. You're right. Like you're right. But it had what I took away from it was a very It vibe and a very Stephen King vibe.
Yeah.
All different. It has Texas vibes. They talk about Texas Chainsaw and references, stuff like that. And I kind of like the whole Americana aspect, like they're playing baseball when they start. I was like, this is like, the American pastime. This is like, it's going to be set hopefully with something to say on that. It didn't really say much on that kind of broader picture for me, but it didn't really need to. I thought it was, I thought the way they used Pink Floyd was fucking great. They used this prog rock moment, and I think it's Pigs. I'm not sure, but I was like, that is fucking superb. Really well done. But yeah, I found it. I don't know if I'll rewatch it loads. It just had a few lulls. What about you, Mike?
Yeah.
Where were you on Black Phone?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I liked it. I literally finished it about 15 minutes before this call.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I saw it popped up on a streaming app that I use. And I was like, oh, I've been wanting to see this, but I was definitely not going to go to the theater. I think if I had gone to the theater, I would have liked it much less. But watching it at home, it was cool. It was cool. It definitely felt very Blumhouse. I thought the ending was cute between the boy and the girl. I like that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't super enthralled throughout the whole thing. There were definitely moments where I was like, all right, kind of, can we get to the point here? Or can Ethan Hawke fuck somebody up? Because I'm kind of sick of him just coming down here with the fucking mask and bringing food and dancing around. But it was still really good. It was still really good. I don't think I'd watch it again, but I enjoyed it.
The supernatural element threw me. I didn't know it was going to go there. I didn't read much about it. So that kind of threw me a little bit. And it's not like my favorite, like, I don't know. Was it Dr. Sleep that came out?
Dr. Sleep.
That wasn't bad. I didn't mind Dr. Sleep.
I liked it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not really always a massive fan of like, oh, she's dreamt that and now it's a real thing. I don't know. It doesn't always click with me. But yeah.
You guys know this was based on a story written by Stephen King's son, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Right. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it explains a lot of the sort of Stephen King elements to it.
Right.
It definitely feels very Stephen King, which is probably what kind of threw me off a little bit, because halfway through I was like, oh, this is going to have a fucking happily ever after ending.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to get out of the fucking house.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if I'd have got out of the house because I wouldn't have answered the phone. I just don't think I would have. I'd have been like, probably not. Probably just going to go up these stairs and get a whipping. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to go out the front door.
That was a scene. That was a scene that was a little bit wasted. I think, like, I don't know. As soon as he goes up to the stairs to get out, I thought of Scream 2 and one of the best scenes ever of trying to get out of an enclosed space across the killer. And the way they do it in Scream is great. And he had that same kind of vibe. I was like, oh, I wonder what their twist is going to be. And it's like, there is none. It's just a depth of focus shift I'm going to do. And the dog barking. I was like, oh, right. That really sold me short. And they built the music up like 2 or 3 times. I was like, oh, is it now? No. Yeah. And so, I don't know. Those little moments, that can wind me up a little bit. So I was like, I don't know if I want to stick with this as much. But
that
still.
Part pissed me off. Yeah, that part pissed me off a lot. I was like, you little fucking asshole. You deserve to get thrown back in the fucking basement. What are you doing, man? You're running right by the street. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I know he's a kid, but god damn, you're a dumb fucking kid.
Think about it.
Yeah, you really
think about it. Exactly.
I do appreciate, like, it's funny. Like, I kind of like, I was like, when did this come out? It was supposed to be like 82, right? So I was
78.
Oh, 78. Okay. So I was probably a little younger than these kids then. But like, I remember, like, whenever I think back to that period of time, it always does seem rainy and gray. So like, I appreciated like that was kind of the vibe through a lot of it. Like, like all those like old chain link fences and shit. Like,
yeah. That's interesting.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
It taps
like, I think
that.
they captured the mood pretty well at that time, but
yeah, that tapped into it. I like that.
But, and like kids just like hanging out behind supermarkets. Like, we used to do that shit when I was a kid. Like, we just like go back there because there was nobody there. You could just like break shit or do whatever you want to do. And it was like, of course, that's where like a kid like that's going to get kidnapped, because that's where kids like that hang out.
That's what happens. I was going to say, best hanging out behind the supermarket film is Suburbia. I don't know if you ever watched this.
I love Suburbia. I sampled that on like one of my old records.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I was going to say,
I loved it.
Alaska was that guy. You were Giovanni Ribisi just behind there.
Yeah, I still might be, sadly.
But yeah, go out there, check that. It's a great film. I really enjoy that film.
Yeah, it's really good.
So what have I got next? Right, so we've done The Sadness. That's on my list. X, yeah, I've got so many more notes on X. I really went in. Scream 5. And then, yeah, I've got 2 more here I would like to talk about. Men, we can talk about, as I honorable mention, maybe a little bit for the first hour, but yeah, we can talk about that. So which one do you want to do, guys, here? I've got Bull. I would like to talk about Bull. It is a 2021 film, I'm finding out now, but over here it only just got released, and it's a UK film, which is odd that it should, but in general release it just come out. So I've got Bull and I've got Mad God, which I feel like we should all be doing mushrooms for because it's so fucking mad. And so yeah, which one would you like to talk about, guys?
I haven't seen either, so
really?
I want to go at. No,
I watched Bull the other night.
Let's go Bull. Let's go in with Bull then. What did you think to it? What did you think, Alaska, to Bull?
It was pretty good. It was great revenge movie. I really enjoyed that that part. It was like, I'm always like into like British gangland shit.
Yes.
Which always gets me. But I thought it was great. The little twist at the end.
What?
The reveal. I was like, wait, what the fuck's going on? It was great, man. I'm glad that you brought it up because it was like something that I wanted to see. And I just kind of forgot about it. Like I remember I saw the preview. I was like, oh, it looks pretty good. I forgot about it. It was like $3.99 on Amazon or like $6.99 to own it on Amazon. So I bought it.
Okay.
As opposed to renting it for $2 less. But it's great.
Yeah.
It was really good. I'm glad that you brought it back.
I've seen this.
Oh, you have seen it? Did you watch it last year? Maybe.
I'm looking at the trailer. Yeah, I watched it last year.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I have seen this.
What did you think?
I don't remember. I just remember I'm seeing this dude's face and him talking to the fucking old Professor X looking ass guy.
Yeah, that guy, yeah.
I definitely remember watching it. I remember liking it, but I don't remember details. So now y'all make me want to go back and rewatch it.
It is, you know what's good about it as well? Like, it is lean and mean. It's very mean film. And it is just kind of, I don't know what the running time is, but it felt like a breeze watching it. And it is very much if you're into revenge films, I love revenge films. I think because ninjas, as a kid growing up, everything was about revenge. It was like always a revenge ninja thing or samurais. And that was always kind of a little in. And I think if you do them well, and they're British, and I think that moment of I kind of see this guy in the pub, like I kind of know who this guy is, and the acting, Neil Maskell, who is in Kill List, which is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's one I need to see, the Kill List. I keep seeing that on all like the shocking ending lists.
It's fun.
Oh, it's give you that away, yeah. Because
he gave it away already, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it is the journey. It's pretty mean film. But this guy did. Again, I'm not sure if these have been across your radar, but because they're British, it is more on like London to Brighton, which was okay. The Cottage in 2008, which was kind of great, and Cherry Tree Lane, which was a little bit in this kind of moment, which a lot of people don't talk about in British horror cinema generally, about like the underclasses maybe taking over from the proletarians taking over, but the proletarians are always like the bad guys with hoodies and jeans and joggers, and like they'll stab you up and shit like this. And there was like a Michael Fassbender film, and I cannot remember what it's called, but he's with his missus.
I know what you're talking about.
They go to the beach. They get
It's Lake Eden.
Lake Eden.
Is that Lake Eden?
Yes. Yeah. And that's a revenge thing. Thing. And Cherry Tree Lane was very much that same thing. But The Cottage has got Reece Shearsmith, who's one of the best horror, like him and Mark Gatiss over here. They do like Inside Number 9. Don't know if you've watched that, or like they are proper horror nerds, and they make like sitcoms with loads of horror in them. So they're over here, they're massive. So he has had this. Wow. This guy has been quite good, and I thought, this was just kind of, if you're doing best British revenge films, Dead Man's Shoes is number 1, and then everything that follows. But this was kind of had that Dead Man's Shoes energy, but the twist at the end, it kind of renders a lot of it annoyed me, and I enjoyed it. It annoyed me because I thought, oh no, but that doesn't make sense then, does it? Or does it? And but I haven't rewatched it. And then I loved it because I was like, oh fuck, you made it a supernatural thing. And he was like the fucking devil or something, and they'd buried him at the beginning of the film.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see why people would turn on it.
right.
I can see why people would turn on it because of that. But I kind of loved it. So yeah.
I love that too. I actually, until the very end, I assumed that his son was dead too. Or like I assumed that his son was who died. And he just had to vanish for a while and he came back to get revenge. Like I had assumed the whole time that he was trying to avenge his son's death.
Right.
And then when it all flipped it down, I was like, oh.
So yeah, a lot of ways you can read it, right? A lot of ways to read that film. And I thought the bad guy, the main, like you said, the Professor X guy, he was fucking great. He was
really great.
Really mean.
He was.
And there's this real industry of like Rise of the Foot Soldier, Essex Boys, like gangster films here, which are like straight to DVD or straight streaming now. And people, I don't know, not my friends watch them, but people must love them because they keep fucking making them. And I thought he's straight out of that. That guy is straight out of one of them films, and they put him in this better horror film, and it's kind of great. And yeah, all good. But yeah, Dead Man's Shoes. If anyone has, I would love to just do an episode. Have you guys watched Dead Man's Shoes?
I haven't. It's one of those ones that it's just on the list. You got to watch it.
Fuck, maybe.
Wait, is that the Clive Owen movie?
No, it's not. It's Paddy Considine, and it's Shane Meadows. Who is like one of the best British film. He's great. And that was one of his first films, and it's a revenge film. And it verges into horror, I would say. There are moments of like, but it is more thriller, revenge, but very much, like Bull. So if you like Bull, check that out.
Okay.
People haven't checked it out. So yeah, any other films? I've got Mad God, but any others that people wanted to show in there, Mike or Alaska, what you got?
I mean, most of the other stuff that I have is stuff from 2021.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's like it's a lot of stuff that I saw at the beginning of this year that was from 2021. So,
right. Okay.
I'm more than happy to dip into like some of that stuff if you want, but we don't have to.
Okay. What about you, Mike? You got anything that was on your agenda?
The only other movie that I think is worthy of throwing out, it's not really a horror movie, but it's called The Innocents. And I literally just watched that last week. And I don't really like kids. So whenever someone sticks kids in horror movies, I'm like, oh, this will be good. Because I find kids to be fucking 98% creepy in anyway. Yeah. So when kids are doing weird, dark shit, I'm automatically enthralled. Because I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Because I feel like all kids would do this. But I don't know if y'all saw Brightburn.
I didn't know.
Brightburn's actually really good.
Is it?
Really? I just saw it recently. It's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
I avoid it.
It's solid, dude. It's solid. Like I watched it and I was like, wow, that was actually, it was good. It's good. It's definitely worth a watch.
Right. I'll go in.
Without giving too many spoilers because y'all haven't seen it. It's basically kids with superpowers, but it's exactly what you would expect little fucking asshole kids to do with superpowers. But it's filmed really well. It's very dark. Oh, did you see it, Alaska?
Yeah, I saw it. I just saw it recently.
Oh, right. So just me.
Oh,
I was going to say, right. Oh,
yeah, no, it was. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a shame because Thomas Hobbs, he said the one he wanted to talk about was this. He loves The Innocents as well. So it would have been a round table. I just haven't got round to it, but I think it's on like $5. I just checked, it's £5 to rent, but it's Norwegian, right? Yeah. It's a Norwegian guy or
Norwegian, Swedish, something like that.
Yeah, Scandinavian. Yeah, I saw something about this. There's Hatchling as well. I'll go into a few films that I still want to watch, but
that looks bad.
Yeah, I didn't like it, dude. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I like what they were going for, but it didn't work for me.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna again these little moments I've got, like maybe I'm looking forward to this end of this year because, as he said, we've still got loads to catch up on. You say like even though we've talked about his horrors, that's quite a fucking good year so far. Like we've talked about quite a number of films. It's been decent. But I just want to finish off with Mad God then, because I'm not sure if you guys. It's on Shudder. Have you guys watched Mad God?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
It's very much worthwhile. I think I went in expecting something that it wasn't. I was expecting some narrative. There isn't really a narrative to it. It is a moment where it broke the actual fuck meter again. Like Sadness did it and Mad God did it. And Mad God, just to give a bit of context, it's 30 years in the making for this guy, right? Phil Tippett. Don't know if you guys know who Phil Tippett is. He pretty much invented like Jabba the Hutt and he worked on Star Wars. He worked on Starship Troopers. He's a legend. Like he's an like an effects legend. And this is his film, which he's been working on for 30 years, which is, I don't even think it's wrong to say awe-inspiring. There are moments where it does leave you in some awe because it's stop animation. It's live action at times. It's a little bit like, at first I was like, this is like a fucking art film, but it does have, it's a lot of it is about decay and industrialization and shit like that. So it has these themes, but the narrative is really weird. There isn't one. I don't think there is one. It's just this real weird imagination. And it's just said, oh, what are the restraints of film? Nah, fuck that, there aren't any. And just he went and made this twisted acid trip of, I don't even know how to explain it, but even if you just go on Twitter, people are putting like, oh, these are my favorite creatures from Mad God. And just look at them, and each one is just fascinating. And there's hundreds of them. He's made this film like where you think it's just bizarre. It's bizarre. It's definitely horror because there's one scene in it which is so body horror that all I was reminded of was like Cronenberg and stuff like that. And it's almost the point where it's just like the sound on it is, the sound design is amazing. It plays a little bit like the outtakes of Pigs. Like it just like there's some screeches and shit where you're like, this is weird. So yeah, very much like Terry Gilliam. I think this guy loves Terry Gilliam. So it's like that kind of weirdness and yeah, just like I said, bizarre. So there's like body horror in it. There's birth, death, like sex, and yeah, it's really weird. So if anyone knows what the narrative is, please let me know because I can't figure it out. I don't know if I'm going to watch it again because it's so intense. But if you're under the influence, if you had a few drinks, if you had a little smoke, it probably would hit even harder because it is just one of them mad. You know, I can't imagine like going to the pub, getting hammered, getting a kebab, going back to my mates and going, let's watch this Mad God. I think it would be really like, they're the best times to kind of find horror. That's how I first watched like, all the Saw films. My first Saw film was like that, hammered. And I was like, this is great. Yeah, but there you go, Mad God. So I don't know if that's enticed you to watch it or not, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Game.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, cool. So just in the time that we've been on the call, two major pieces of news have dropped. Mm-hmm. So the first is that Samara Weaving is going to be joining the cast of Scream 6.
No, she is not.
I swear to God, it's on Bloody Disgusting.
You've just said that. Have you willed this into existence?
I don't know. I mean,
that's mad.
Yeah,
that is mad.
And then Terrifier 2 is going to premiere at Fright Fest UK. So you're going to have the first chance to see it.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh, Alaska, get over here. We'll do a live stream. We'll do a live stream.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
That's amazing. And Terrifier 2 is Halloween, right? It's around Halloween time it's coming out.
Yeah, it's around Halloween, yeah.
Okay, this leads nicely into like, well, let's do a few honorable mentions. I just want to quickly say about Men. I want to clear it up. Have you guys watched Men?
Yeah.
What did you think?
No, I haven't watched it.
What did you think to Men, Mike?
Honestly, I walked out of the theater and I was like, damn, I fucking loved it.
Okay.
And then I got my stupid ass on Twitter and everyone was like, this movie sucks. What the fuck? And I was like, damn, am I a basic bitch right now? Like, what the fuck just happened? But I get why people didn't like it. The last 10 minutes or so, I get it.
Felt like an hour.
I really liked it. It did feel like an hour because I was just like, all right, bro, like, what the fuck is this dude doing?
What else? What do you expect? I don't want to spoil this for you, Alaska, but there was a moment it will stick out as a moment in cinema in my head. I just know it's emblazoned in there.
Same.
But I think you're now, at what point do you not expect us to laugh? Like, everyone has a breaking point, and it's almost like he's trying to get us to that breaking point. This is very vague for you, Alaska. We're trying to keep it very vague. But if you watch that and hit us up on what you think to it. But but like I said, the first hour was incredible. I was like, these guys are nailing the character. I've never seen anything like this. The acting, again, weird naked men. Like, why do they do this? You know, when I first realized A24 are fuckers for this is when Hereditary has it, and I'd watched it late at night. I was really tired, and I was driving home, and I'm sure as I was driving on this roundabout, I saw the naked, creepy, grinning guy from Hereditary in the bushes looking at us. Like, what this film has really ruined me. And same thing in this. There's a weird nakedness again, but great. It's kind of, I don't know. Men, first hour, I'm all in. End of year list. It ruined it with the parody of A24 cliche.
This is not a spoiler at all, but because you already talked about there's a naked man in there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you connect him to the Green Man?
The Green Man. Oh yes. Oh right. Yes.
So it's Sunny in Philadelphia, Green Man.
No, like the mythical Green Man.
Oh right. So I didn't put the link in there. No. So,
see, that's when the movie actually made sense for me. Once I got out of the theater, because I recognized the Green Man immediately, and I was like, the fuck is going on here? That's weird. But that explains, and Alaska, this will probably help. That explains the ending completely. Because prior to that, I was just like, what the fuck is this dude doing?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
But then when I was driving home and I was like, Green Man, now I get it.
Okay.
Now I get it.
Maybe it's one of them. Yeah. Maybe I just had expectations were kind of zero, and then they went so high because they were doing so many different things that I'd never really seen. So for that, Alaska, it's worth it just for the first 67 minutes.
I want to see it. It's just something that I didn't get around to.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it, man.
Oh, I was just going to say I had a similar thing after seeing Hereditary. Oh,
right. What, you loved it?
No, I loved it, but like the creep out thing that you had. I was for some reason I was home alone. Like my wife and daughter, they were away, and as I'm falling asleep, pitch black room, I hear.
Oh no, you did not! You did. I
swear to God, it freaked me the fuck out. I was like,
I would be out of that bed. I would be out of that bed. I just jumped
up and turned on the lights, then would sleep with the lights on.
Holy shit, that is.
Yo, I'm out, bro.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done. I'm gone. I'm not staying here.
There's not.
I'm not fucking staying here. I'm going to my mom's house. I'm not fucking staying here.
That is amazing. It's also one of the easiest films. Do you play Framed? Do you ever play Framed? You know the film, that's that Wordle, but it's for cinephiles and movie nuts. Oh, you'll love it. It's great. It's called Framed, free to play, and it's just like you have to guess what the film is within a number of shots they give you.
Okay.
So, I think it's the best out of 5 or something, and then you share whatever. It's really good fun. And Hereditary is the easiest one because the first shot was the lamppost, the wooden post. I was like, yeah, straight away. So, I was going to say, a film could be summed up in one shot. It is that wooden post. But yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so actually, quick shout out to Hellbender. I don't know if people have watched Hellbender, but I really liked Hellbender. I thought that witchy folk horror genre twisted it around, became quite surreal. The scream this woman gives is a great scream I have down here. But yeah, no, I don't know if anybody's watched that.
That's the one about the witches, right? Like
and punk music, which is always kind of nice to go that punk.
I only made it through so I've tried twice.
Oh, wow.
And both times. And I think something's wrong with me because a lot of my friends who have the same taste rave about that film. And both times I've tried to watch it, I get about halfway through and I'm like, bro, I can't do it.
Really?
And I don't know if it's the low budget quality of it or what it is, but I need to go back and actually finish it.
Okay.
Because maybe I'll like it.
Okay. I think you will. That reminds me of a film. Yeah. What was that film now on Shudder? And it was Gore. What was it called again?
Psycho Gorman?
Oh, Psycho Gorman. Oh. That film is fucking brilliant. And I had friends like that who were like, I've tried so many times. I don't know where you're I'm like, how? The first 10 minutes of Psycho Gorman are incredible. Like, I don't know. You two like looking at me.
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, right. Okay.
I was thinking, oh, shit. I'm ordering. Like, she just is like not really trying to check it. So
she
might lose her opportunity.
B-movie nonsense, but so well done, and it's just over the top. It's Psycho Gorman, one of the best horrors last year, definitely, absolutely. So we've done like those. Let's wrap it up then into films that maybe we're looking forward to watching for the rest of the year. I'll lead it off. Nope, I suppose it's coming out in this month. I think in July.
Yep.
This week, I think. Oh no, next week.
Is it next week?
Time of recording.
Holy
next week.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can Peele bring it again? Can he do it again, do you think?
I hope so. Because he's had so many biters now. And I don't know if y'all saw Master that came out this year.
Watch the first 10 minutes. Haven't watched more yet.
Don't. I mean, unless you're bored, go ahead and finish it.
It's got loads of people reviewing it, like bloody disgusting.
I know.
Right.
You know what it is, bro? And once you're finished it, please hit me up about it. But I think it's one of those movies where, no offense to anyone, of course, but I feel like white reviewers are afraid to say this movie sucks. Because of the topic. When that shit ended, I wish y'all had seen it so I could talk about the ending. When it fucking ended, I laughed so hard. I was like, fuck every single one of y'all for making this fucking movie. But that shit is really like a bootleg, I'm trying to be Jordan Peele ass film.
Shit.
So I really hope that he brings it home with Nope, just to show motherfuckers like, no, this is how you do it.
Yeah. What context? That's amazing. There have been biters. He has laid the groundwork for like horror for the next 5 years after Get Out. I think people just you can't. That's the cool thing about Peele. You can kind of rip off it, but you can't imitate it because it's just so singular. It'd be too obvious. Yeah. But I think the latest trailer really annoyed me because I didn't need to see all that. The first trailer was great.
Good.
First trailer,
watch it.
Don't. Anyone who's out there. Don't just go because it gives way too much away. Alaska, how are you feeling about Nope coming out?
I'm excited for it. I mean, I haven't lost that much. I really like Get Out. I didn't like Us at all. Really? I kind of just was like, yeah.
I loved Us. Oh,
me too.
I figured it out early. Like 2 minutes in, I was like, that's not the same girl.
That could ruin it.
It ruined it for me. Like, I was like, too quick and easy.
You ruined it for yourself, man. Unbelievable.
I ruined it for myself. Yeah. So I mean, I hope it's good. I like everybody that's in it. I like Jordan Peele. So, Keke Palmer's always dope. She even made me like the season 3 of Scream.
So, you went to season 3. Jesus.
Yeah, I watched them all, man.
Absolute soldier over here. I got to 2 and I was out. Oh, you did 2? My God, I was out after 2.
I liked them. They were stupid as hell, but they were great. They were stupid as fuck.
I just didn't keep up with them. I just didn't keep up with them. Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't know she was in that, so that's interesting. Kaluuya, man. Kaluuya's fucking great as well. Like, come on, his work. His latest work has been amazing. But mate, I was just thinking about him in Widows, and he's so good in Widows. It's Widows, right? Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Where he goes to 2 guys that he's. The Steve McQueen film, I'm sure it is, because he's the gangster and he's got 2 guys in a gym and he's got a gun and he tells them to freestyle and rap for him. It's such one of the best hip-hop moments in a film and leads us to say they did not do the best he could.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out for some of them. But no, Kaluuya in that is so menacing. This looks like a different thing. But I love the fact that he can go there. And again, Kaluuya was he was in these shows with Reece Shearsmith back here. So he has this kind of horror, like, I'm looking, and then Get Out came out. It was so obvious he was going to be good with horror from our perspective, and now you see what he does now. Like, he's good at everything. But I love it when he does a horror. Well, rattle a few off here. Please do. I've got a few of these questions. Answer any of these. Halloween ends. Can it be redeemed? New Evil Dead. Are we dreading this? Has anyone watched Dashcam? I've got down here because I want to watch Dashcam, and apparently it's as good as Host, and I haven't watched that yet. And
Host is really good.
Is it?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know.
What's
okay.
Host?
Host is the Zoom horror movie.
Yeah, it's
like
great.
They made it at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yes,
it's brilliant.
Yes,
this is next one.
Great.
This is called Dashcam.
I haven't heard of Dashcam. I'll write that down too.
It's found footage, UK pandemic. Very divisive, I find. As is You Won't Be Alone, which looks like it is that. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but 16th century Macedonian witches made me just think, do I need more like 16th century anything? Maybe, but just witches. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Nope. It's good.
Yeah. Is it good?
It's good. With Naomi Repose,
Lamb
her name is.
from Lamb.
Yeah. I'm a dumbass. I'm having old man moments. You mentioned the movie, and I was like, I've never heard of that. I fucking saw it, loved it, posted it on Instagram. I'm a dumbass.
Oh, it is good. Right.
It's not a horror movie at all. It's really not. It's
right.
or else it would have been on my list here. But it's not a horror movie. It's very much kind of period drama. There's definitely supernatural elements to it.
Right.
But it's definitely, I think a lot of people hated it because it's like a feminist movie, but it's really fucking good, though.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay. I'm going in. I'm going to go in then. So any others there? Halloween Ends, New Evil Dead. If you've got Crimes of the Future takes, I'd love to hear those as well. But
that was great.
Okay.
Is that the Cronenberg one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of putting that one away. I don't know if I want to watch that.
Yeah.
I don't like body horror that much.
I couldn't get past 40 minutes at the moment. I'm 40 minutes in.
Oh, really?
And it's Kristen Stewart's acting. And I love Kristen Stewart. But the character she is really grating on me. I don't know what it is. I think it's just me. I think I need to just let it settle and then go back in. Because it's Cronenberg. So yeah. But go on. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know if Halloween can be saved. Like, have there ever really been any good Halloween sequels?
Oh, I like the first one of the new trilogy.
The first one was good, but it was like,
Oh, I loved it. I was well in. I was like,
the second one,
podcasters?
I watched it again recently. I don't know if I told you before we watched that thing, but it's so hilariously bad.
Yeah,
the second
really
one.
Bad. Yeah.
The kills are amazing though.
Yes.
Like the kills are so good. I don't know. I just saw a picture of it. I'm like kind of scrolling to see what's coming. And I saw a picture of Michael Myers in Chicago.
Oh,
for some reason.
Really?
So yeah, it's like a shot of him like hiding behind a bus stand or something in Chicago.
Oh, that ain't gonna go well for him. Chief Keef and them ain't having none of this fucking.
No, exactly. So I don't know about that, but I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be redeemed. The kills will be good.
Why is he in Chicago? I need to understand this. Now I have to watch it because I want to know how the fuck he got to Chicago.
I have no. That's like it's the first time I've seen this photo, so I'm really psyched for.
Oh, you broke it up.
Come back to us, Alaska.
I think what he's saying is he's psyched for Evil Dead. I'm hoping that is what he's going to
say. Exactly what I'm saying. Am I back yet or no?
Perfect.
You're back.
Okay.
You're back.
I think it's exactly what I'm saying. They've never let me down. Evil Dead.
Thank you. Yeah, the fucking remake was awesome, right?
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so good. The tone, like the shift in tone made it so much better. Like if they went campy with it, I would have been like, Ash vs. Evil Dead's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, you need Ash if you're going to be campy, right? If Ash isn't in it, it's got to be something completely different. So
I agree.
Doing that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, Terrifier 2, which, that's, as everybody knows, like my favorite movie
That's
ever.
a given.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in this Bodies movie.
Okay. What's that one?
Yeah. It could be.
It's like, it just basically looks like some like real, like
cheerleader
sort of stylized slasher movie with like a lot of young stars. It's an A24 movie though, so who knows?
So watch out.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested in the new Predator movie.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, I don't know. It could be terrible, but I like the idea of like the Predator coming to like America in 1600s or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be good. Yeah. It's called Prey or something, right? Or something
Prey,
Prey, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I'll probably go watch it. I like the Adrian Brody one. I enjoyed that one. That was the last one I really enjoyed, I think. Predator or Predators, I think. I can't remember. Predators, yeah. So if you have watched these, let me know if I should watch these before we wrap up. All My Friends Hate Me, Watcher. We're all going to the World's Fair, and you said Hatching wasn't great. So,
Well, I didn't like Hatching. I didn't like We're All Going to the World's Fair either. I feel like it was going for a host vibe,
right?
But it didn't land for me. But that doesn't mean y'all won't like it.
Okay.
And Watcher was good. Watcher was definitely good.
I've heard great things about Watcher.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. I don't think I liked it as much as a lot of other folks, but it's cool. It's definitely very Alfred Hitchcock.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a solid watch.
Nice.
Okay.
All My Friends Hate Me. Anybody seen this? English?
No, I don't even know what this is.
Look that up. I
think it's horror. If it's on my list, it must be horror. But yeah, I'm trying not to find out too much about it, but I think it's British, and I didn't know if anybody's seen it. But
okay. I haven't heard anything about it.
I've got so many recommendations here. We should actually do a section on this before we leave about, I don't even know how many he's got in his catalogue, but what gangster nip song do you recommend? Because, you know, it is his appropriation. I'm just going to go with Psycho because it is fucking great. That's the one. But I just thought about that now. But people out there, if you do enjoy the hip hop heads talking horror shit, then there are like ridiculous anniversaries. I talked to you, Alaska, about it, but like I've got Candyman turns 30 this year. Turning 50 is Deliverance, which is mad. That film's 50. And these ones are all turning 40. The Thing, Poltergeist, Creepshow, Pieces, Season of the Witch, Halloween 3, Slumber Party Massacre, Basket Case, and Friday the 13th Part 3. That is pretty mad. They're all turning... Yeah. What a year 82 was.
Yeah.
82 was a monster, yeah.
So I'm actually thinking, do we do just like an episode where we just do our favourites from 82? Or like rank or like Hall of Fame of 82 or something? I don't know. I'll think of a way to put it.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, so Gangster Nip song for me is horror movie rap.
Horror movie rap.
Yeah.
Horror movie
That's
rap.
the one with the dead dog on me line that I was telling you before.
That line.
Right. He said, I woke up with a dead dog on me. I thought, baloney.
I hate y'all motherfuckers, man.
It's amazing. That is amazing. Well, Mike, I'm here for all of this again at some point, definitely. Yeah. But guys, this has been amazing. We shall check you soon. And just any recommendations. Well, first of all, follow these guys on Twitter. They're always dropping some good takes. Alaska, have you got anything for us?
As far as recommendations?
You were going to say something. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, can we talk about one movie that we don't have to go in depth on it, but something we've seen this year for the first time, but wasn't from this year? Like, something recent, not like something from like 30 years ago. Cause I was just thinking of a movie that I saw and I really liked, and I was hoping it was from this year, but it was from 2020.
Oh, no, go on then. What is it?
The Last Matinee.
The Last Matinee?
It's basically a slasher in a movie theater.
A slasher?
It's an Argentinian film.
How have I not
seen it? I think
seen
it's Argentinian.
This? How old is this?
It's pretty great. It's 2020.
2020. No, not seen it, mate. I have not seen that. Okay. You said nothing too old, but I've watched is old at the moment. But I will check that. That sounds pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's like on Roku. It's Hulu. Showtime, I think, has it.
The Last Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice work. I haven't got anything even slightly new. My last one's horror even have been Return of the Living Dead, which was great. Great nice. 4th of July movie there. And I went back to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, and I got to Dream Child again. And I thought, last time I watched this was about 10, 12 years ago, a friend of mine, and we were in fits of laughter, massive horror nerd. And one of my favorite moments in horror is how she explains how Freddy comes back. And it's exactly the way I remember it. Freddy's back. What happened? Oh, he must have dreamt himself up or something. And I thought that is the best excuse for Freddy to come. They're not even trying. He was just dreamt himself up, but that doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't matter.
Makes no sense.
He's back. But there you go. So I haven't had any newer horrors, but next time around I'll try to pitch a few. Mike, you got any?
Okay.
I don't think I've seen. I mean, I usually watch a shit ton of stuff because of my job, but since I've switched jobs, I can't watch as many movies. So I've only been able to like squeeze in stuff that's like brand new. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've watched anything that's older. So I don't have anything.
Okay. It's all good. By the end of the year, I'm sure we're going to wrap up again at some point.
Yeah.
By that point, I will have watched Crimes of the Future. That's why I think
Same.
I need to watch.
You know what? I will recommend real quick. I will recommend. There's a show on Netflix called All of Us Are Dead.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, you definitely do. It's
All of Us Are Dead.
Great. It's a zombie. Yeah. I think it's. I don't want to be racist. I can't remember if it's Korean or from Taiwan. It's one of the two. Fantastic. I am starting to really love how these places are doing zombies.
Yes.
Lovely.
But they're fucking fantastic. But yeah, it's a show. I think it may be 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I binged it in a day and a half. It's that good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Korean, Mike.
Korean.
Right.
Thank
So
you.
you got it.
Okay.
So I was kind of sort of racist, but not all the way there.
Yeah, not all the way. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what Train for Busan is, but Train for Busan, all that,
Yes.
from that region, they have this though, man. I don't know if people like
They
Old
do.
Boy, but
Have you guys watched The
Old Boy
Peninsula?
Say again?
Have what?
The Peninsula, the sequel to Train to
It's
Busan?
awful.
Oh, not watched
Okay,
it.
good.
Not watched it. Not watched it.
Oh,
Then I'm
it's
not gonna watch it.
trash.
Oh,
It's
no.
trash.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with the first one.
Oh.
It's fucking stupid.
And they're doing an American remake too for some reason.
Of course
they're
they
always
are.
going to,
Yeah.
aren't they? This is what I
Of
don't
course
like
they are.
about well, it's not a remake, but I think World War Z is the most
Oh.
overrated horror film, or like
Facts.
probably this century. The amount
Yeah.
of people. I don't know if I've read the Max books.
It's-
Amazing.
It looks great.
World War
Yeah,
Z
it's great.
is one of the best books I've ever read. I think World War Z,
Yeah.
and then to see that, I was just
Oh,
Yeah.
No, that was just an
Yeah.
abomination.
yeah.
It really was.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
I'm home with us. We're all on the hater raid. But I
Yeah.
love it. It's great.
Yeah.
It deserves it, that film. But yeah, either way, there we go. What a great note to leave on. But yes, people, go check these guys out. Check their Twitter, Instagrams, and all that. They're always dropping some great recommendations, and we'll catch you soon. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Great, guys. Take care, man.